See, I get excited by stories. I don't get excited by sequel. Part two of Bajrangi is not because the first part was successful. Otherwise, I would have been
True.
making sequels for the other successful films of my career, right? It's not about cricket. It's about what they made us feel. It's about how the country felt, whether you like cricket or not, in 1983 when Kapil Dev lifted the World Cup on the Lord's balcony.
Hello, guys. This is Vinita Kumar, and you're watching me on India.com and Bollywood Live. As you know, in conversation today with me is somebody who just loves to unite people through his stories on screen. The man of the moment, 83 director Kabir Khan. Welcome on India.com and Bollywood Live, Kabir.
Thank you, Vinita. Thank you so much.
So how, I mean, I'm sure you must be just on the cloud nine. I can see that on your face, but I will still ask you, how has been the entire response to the film, and where are you now?
I think you're absolutely right. I think the appreciation coming for 83 has been unprecedented. This is something that, Ranveer and I were just talking about last night only, that it is never in our careers has this kind of euphoric appreciation for a film come. It's non-stop. It's like, I'm saying that if I don't keep my phone on silent, even doing this interview is difficult because it's just non-stop. It's coming. And what is interesting is it's not the usual kind of, we've had successful films before where people call up and they say, great film, had a lot of fun, cheers, congratulations. It's not that kind of
Yeah,
a message. It's a people are having a very emotional experience. People are having like
right.
a emotional catharsis watching the film, and they're writing about it to us. They're saying thank you because this is the way we're feeling, or this is the way our friends were, or this is the way our children are feeling, or our parents are feeling. And that's been, I think, really overwhelming for us as somebody who has created this film, because at the end of the day, for a filmmaker, to see that your film has emotionally moved people so much is really
Hmm.
gratifying.
So, Kabir, what happened with me, and I'll tell you, and then I'll ask you the questions related to that. So, so I brought my mother-in-law. I took my mother-in-law to watch the film, and because she doesn't watch cricket, she doesn't know about it. For her, 1983 is like, of course, India won World Cup, that's it. But then when she watched the film, and then when we, went out of the theater, there was a part that actually lived with her because, of course, I also saw her getting emotional in the theater. So, I want to ask you that, is this the feedback, or is this the response that you had expected before while you were creating the film, that this film is going to appeal to also those who are not interested in cricket, who maybe who just don't want to maybe watch the history being recreated on screen?
It was actually the one of the biggest challenges that I had, and I was very aware that you cannot make a film about 83 which will appeal only to the cricket buffs, because then
Yeah.
you would not be doing justice to the story of 1983. See, because it's not about cricket; it's about what they made us feel. It's about how the country felt, whether you like cricket or not, in 1983 when Kapil Dev lifted the World Cup on the Lord's balcony. And that is for me very important because I wanted to capture that emotion. I wanted to make the people in the theaters get that emotion, get that lump in their throat, the tears in their eyes, that clapping and yelling and cheering that today is happening in the theaters. Wherever people are going to watch it in the theaters, we're getting so many videos of people. Literally, it's like looking like you're sitting in a stadium, not in a theater. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy because that was really something that we worked hard to capture. That it should not only cater to the cricket buffs. Cricket buffs के लिए तो आप सिर्फ टनब्रिज वेल्स का एक चैप्टर दिखा दीजिए, उनके लिए वही बहुत है.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's no cricket buff in the world has ever seen that, because this is the first time ever that people are seeing what happened in Tunbridge Wells. So
Yeah.
so that was, yes, a very very conscious decision for us, that we must make this film accessible to people who don't like cricket. And I must tell you one beautiful message that I got that's stuck in my mind about this is from a friend of mine. She doesn't watch cricket, so she wrote to me and she said, that I'm one of those kids who didn't not like cricket. I actually hated it. And when people
Okay.
put on the television at home and were watching, I would cry and get very upset and
Yeah.
go away from there. And she said, when I was watching your film, and I suddenly said to myself that she said that it was a life altering moment for her, because she said, oh my God, if these are the emotions that cricket can bring in us, then have I missed out on a large part of my life? Did
Wow.
I make a
Yeah.
mistake by not being a part
Not
of that
watching.
thing?
Yeah.
I think that was such a beautiful message to get, and I'm so happy that as you said, your mother-in-law also, who did not has does not watch cricket, could enjoy the human story, because ultimately that's what a good sports story is about. It's about the
Hmm.
triumph of a human spirit. It's not about the sport.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
nobody will come to watch a dramatic reenactment of a sport, then they rather
Yeah.
just watch the real sport. I think they come
Yeah.
to watch the story of the athletes, the story of the
Yeah.
sportsmen who fight against all odds and achieve the impossible.
Yeah, yeah. So one of the biggest wins for me has been, while watching 83, I realized that, it could have easily been that film which belongs to this, this entire close-knit men's club. It could have easily been a boys' club film, but you
Correct.
you eventually achieved to go beyond that, Kabir. And
Yes.
of course, hats off to you for that. But I really want you to tell me how did that gradually happen, I'm sure that that must have just crossed your mind somewhere.
So I'll tell you, I think the starting point itself was very clear for me. So a lot
Hmm.
of people, now that I've made 83, and people are sort of really appreciating the level of detailed research and information that's gone into it. The people assume that I must be a huge cricket fanatic, and like I must be
Yeah,
living, eating,
yeah,
breathing cricket. But the
yeah,
the the reality is far from that. I'm
huh,
actually not. And I think that
yeah,
is the reason why, when I started the journey, I said to myself, I am the best person to make this film, because I will never get swayed by the cricket. I'm going to look and dig for the human story. And that
yeah,
was that one sort of lens through which I looked at everything in 83. I said, it's not about the sixes, it's not about the fours, it's about what those sixes represent.
yeah,
That, if
yeah,
I can get across to my audience, then they
hmm,
will identify. So the audience or the person does not need to know that, oh, this is a sixer and this is a four and the score has reached this and therefore the run rate is this. They just need to feel that feeling of triumph when they see a Ranveer Singh portraying Kapil Dev hit that six that goes into the dressing room, and they get that the blood rush. And
yeah,
that is
yeah,
what has worked, I think, throughout the film, where the matches are not about the sport. The match is about the individual human drama. Balvinder Singh Sandhu's drama in the
yeah,
finals,
yeah,
or Jamie
yeah,
Amarnath's relationship with his father, or
yeah.
Kapil himself, what he's going through, or Yashpal Sharma's. Everybody has a track that people attach to, and then they start feeling for the sport. I
So
think so,
it
and
was
that's really
basically
worked
more
for
of
us.
like all these individual stories also somewhere in the background coming together to make it like a
Absolutely,
winning win
absolutely.
for
So
you.
then
Yeah,
what happens is the cricket becomes a backdrop against which the drama is unfolding.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not really
yeah.
about the cricket anymore. It's about that character's drama going forward.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Kabir. I think, that's really a very
Thank
nice
you.
way of telling your story, Kabir. So I also want to, another interesting thing that was happening in your film, Kabir, was that, one space there were this, all these actors trying to, of course, portray all their respective characters. And then on the other hand, you were also inserting all these, original clips and photographs into the film. So was that again a conscious decision? Again, to sort of make the audience realize that they to make them feel nostalgic about the real World Cup as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was
Mm.
something that I always knew will work very well, because I've seen that being done earlier also. It's not like it's the first time it's
Mm.
been done. I've seen that in a couple of places, and every time that has happened, I've always got this, oh my God, because it suddenly gives you the credibility of the story that you're watching. You suddenly realize that not only is this a fabulous story, it's a true story. This is how it
Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
And when you
yeah,
keep splicing in this, so that was always on the paper, that I decided that I'll always use the real photographs and real video. But having said that, the way my editor Nitin Baid has used it is just brilliant. I think he's used it so seamlessly. It's like almost
yeah, yeah.
you don't even notice it. It just
Absolutely.
slips in and out, and
Yeah,
it's like it's beautifully done by him. So yeah,
yeah,
that credit totally goes to Nitin.
yeah. Kabir, whenever you make a film, and this is not clearly restricted to 83. This is about style. You have this very subtle and very, this calm and beautiful way of portraying religious unity in your films, Kabir. Be it Bajrangi Bhaijaan. And as you said, I was listening to one of your interviews. You said that you love to make people smile with tears. So again, I want to understand from you, where does that thought come from? That you have to also somewhere talk about religious unity or unity in any sense in your.
So I think this is ultimately, how, and this is something I feel very strongly about, is that ultimately a filmmaker's personality and ideology has to come through his or her films. Because
Yeah.
if that doesn't come through, then what is the point of making a film? If
Mm.
your ideology is not written all over your film, then I
Yeah.
feel there's no point in making a film. And this is something I feel very strongly about. I've always felt very strongly about the composite culture of India, about the
Mm.
secular fabric of India. And I feel
Yeah.
that, whenever there is an opportunity as a counterpoint, I must show it, because nowadays there's so much of chatter and unnecessary noise about, divisions in our society, that I'm saying maybe as a filmmaker, it's my responsibility every time I get a chance to also say, no, there is also another side to it. And this is how
Yeah.
beautiful it is when it comes together. Whether
Yeah.
it's in a Bajrangi or whether it's in a 83 also, when you see it, you say that, yes, but this is, it looks so true, that when the way you see everybody gets together and starts celebrating at the semifinals in Nawabpur, you know that, but this is what India is. This is the
Yeah.
way we have grown up. This is what we've
Mm.
seen. So I think it's important to keep sort of putting that back and giving people that confidence that, this is the way it should be. This is the way we are supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah, and I think we should be thankful for a filmmaker who actually think that it is his responsibility to talk about these things. Thank you, Kabir. Another thing I think we'll have to address the elephant in the room, Kabir, box office, because this is something that I've been
Yeah.
constantly questioned about when I announce that I'm interviewing you. What is happening at the box office level? Is it what
So
you
I
had
mean,
expected?
we all know what's happening in the box office, right? I mean,
Yeah,
but I just feel at this point to even talk about box office is a little petty, because I'm saying we are living in a pandemic, right? Which
yeah,
we didn't plan it in such a way that the moment we release, on the dates we release, we'll have 2 states going into night curfew. By the second day, there'll be 6 states going into night curfew. On the
yeah,
fourth day, Delhi, which is a large part of our box office, has shut down. All theaters are shut
yeah.
down. So in the middle of all this, for me to start complaining about things like this
Hmm.
is, I think, is going to be petty. It's not going to be in the spirit of 83. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, 83 has been made in a certain spirit. I have got, I can easily say this, and this is not because I'm trying to market my film. The film is already out. I have
Hmm.
never got such appreciation, and this is something both Ranveer and I have felt. Never felt such appreciation ever in our life. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable, the kind of love
Yeah.
that's pouring out. So I'm saying, yes, now it's been established that this is a film that's going to be there for years to come, and it's going to be one of my defining films of my career. And one of the best things that Kapil sir said is what I then took to heart, and I'm not now bothering about how many theaters are shutting down and how many places are more restrictions coming in.
Yeah.
Is that he said, in 83 when we won the World Cup, we didn't get money, we got respect. And it's
Yeah.
because of that respect that you made this film 38 years later. So to remember, the respect that you're getting for this film will last you also for the next 40 years. Don't
Hmm.
bother about are the theaters going to be open or not. So I'm
Hmm.
saying, honestly, beyond a point, yes, I've been hearing reports about, but I'm saying, come on, at this point in time in history, if you're going to be still looking at box office and not recognizing the times that we're living and trying to judge a
Yeah.
film or like 83 through the prism of box office, then I think we're being petty minded, and we are actually doing disservice to this industry.
Yeah. So, Salman recently announced Bajrangi Bhaijaan 2. I think Pavan Putra, some title. Are
Correct.
you?
So of course he's mentioned it to me, but it's still being written. I think Vijayendra
Yeah.
Prasad sir is writing it, and at some point we might discuss it. He has of course he's mentioned it to me. See, I get excited by stories. I don't get excited by sequels. So for
Yeah.
for the reason for me to make a part two of Bajrangi is not because the first part was successful. Otherwise, I would have
True.
been making sequels for the other successful films of my career, right? But
True.
so it's not about that. It's about, if there's a great story, I would love to collaborate with Salman again. My collaboration with Salman has been so fruitful for me, and it has contributed so much to my positioning in this industry. I mean, let's face it, that my position in this industry would not be what it is had that not been for my collaborations with Salman. So I would
True.
love to work with him. I have a great equation with him, a great relationship with him. But it's not necessary it would be a sequel or it would be something else. That is something I don't know until we sit down and discuss the story and the script. I can't commit to that.
Right. Okay. And is that the reason why you did not take up Ek Tha Tiger 2, the Tiger 2 and the Tiger 3?
Yeah, as you know, I've said that also earlier that I usually don't get excited by sequels. So one of the reasons was that I'd rather sort of try and explore, newer stories thing. But as I said, never say never. If there's something really interesting that comes up and the story is really good, irrespective of whether it's a sequel or not, one can always look at it. But in principle, I'm not one of those who gets very excited by the idea of a sequel.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so very much, Kabir. I think that was a really insightful conversation. Cheers to the stories and to your way of filmmaking, Strive. Thank you so very much for it, you three.
Thank you so much.